a warm, breezy evening at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington, and the Rangers are looking to brew up another storm as they take on the Minnesota Twins in the second game of this four-game series. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Greaves, Steve Busby. Glad to have you along this evening. And last night it was a 10-run storm. Rangers looking for the same kind of output tonight from the offense, but they've got a secret weapon tonight, and not so secret anymore, and that's Matt Harrison, who's having a whale of a year, Tom.
Yeah, he really is. He won his 14th game in his last start, Buzz. He won 14 games last year, trying to make it 15 tonight. He pitched 8 innings in his last start and only threw 90 pitches. He's pitching on his regular rest. American League leaders have David Price at 16 with Jared Weaver, Chris Sale at 15. Matt can join that group with a good game tonight.
Yeah, and he has been as consistent as you could possibly hope for from this 26-year-old left-hander. Ron Washington and his club looking for the same kind of outing tonight as they look to make it 2 in a row over the Minnesota Twins. So Mitch Moreland and company looking to tune it up with the leather and the bats. And the Rangers looking to get off on a good start here this evening at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Lineups and first pitch coming up right after this on TXA 21. Is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by TXU Energy, the right things right now. Call 866-CALL-TXU today. Some high clouds filtering by the ballpark, and Nelly Cruz and company getting ready to take on the Minnesota Twins. See if they make it 2 in a row. The Rangers have won a couple straight. Looking to make that win streak grow to 3 in a row. Ron Washington and Jackie Moore and company watching this ball club now get that offense back into some semblance of high gear. They have scored in double figures now in 3 of the last 8 ball games, so that's a good sign. And pitching starting to come around a bit. had better starting outings the last several times out. So Matt Harrison will try and do his part. And the rest of the Ranger ball club will pick up on the defensive and offensive ends. Ron Gardenhire has thrown this lineup out there this evening against Matt Harrison. Ben Revere leads off. He's the center fielder. Darren Mastriani is the right fielder. He bats second. Joe Mauer's catching, hitting third. The cleanup man is the first baseman, Justin Morneau. Ryan Domit bats fifth and plays left field. The DH is Trevor Plouffe tonight. Jamie Carroll will bat seventh and play third base. The second baseman is Alexi Casilla. And batting ninth, the shortstop, Pedro Florimon.
Matt Harrison, 14-7 on the season. Solid ERA, 3.19, is ninth in the league. His 14 wins, that's fourth in the league. 161 innings, that's 10th in the league. That's pretty good numbers right there with a month and a half left in the season. In his last two starts, he's pitched really well. His last start was in Toronto. He only gave up 2 hits in 8 innings through 90 pitches. Could easily have finished the game. Ron Washington wanted to take him out after 90 pitches, keep him strong. Mark Lowe needed an inning. The Rangers had a big lead in that game. So instead of throwing maybe 110 pitches, he only threw 90, make him stronger for today's game.
Yeah, Matt Harrison, you remember last year, struggled at times, especially as the season went on. Had to miss a couple of starts to keep himself strong, so that shouldn't be a problem this year. His defense looks like this. Murphy, Gentry, and Cruz left, center, and right. Moreland at first, Kinsler and Andrews up the middle, Adrian Beltre at third. Luis Martinez will be catching Matt Harrison tonight. Rangers' fourth fewest errors in the American League and fourth in fielding percentage. Umpiring crew, Ed Hickox is calling the balls and strikes. Chris Conroy at first. Mark Carlson at second, and the crew chief, Wally Bell, is down at third. Now ready to get underway. A 91-degree evening here at Rangers Ballpark. Rangers come in at the high water mark for the season, 22 games over 500. They and the Twins have just the reverse records. The Rangers at 73 and 51. The Twins 51 and 73. And Harrison's first pitch to Revere is strike one. Revere taking over in the leadoff spot for Denard Span. Span coming back after missing 10 ball games last night and had a big night. Now Revere moves up into that leadoff spot.
Kind of glad Span's not in the lineup tonight the way he swung the bat last night.
He tried his best to create a lot of havoc last night. A couple stolen bases and 3 base hits on base and just tearing things apart.
Yeah, big 2-out hit against Michael Kirkman to tie the ball game.
1-2 pitch. Couldn't get him to offer at the breaking ball, and the count is even now at 2-2. Revere last night was 1 for 4. And Matt Harrison, you said gunning for win number 15, which would be a career high. This is going to be a problem. Harrison is over there just in time.
Nice play.
Good play by Moreland and by Harrison. And when Matt got a great jump off the mound. And normally when Rivera is running, it's pretty difficult for a pitcher, especially a left-hander, to beat him to the bag. But Harrison made it look pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing you were thinking, Buzz. This is going to be a problem. We've seen a couple of choppers turn into base hits early in games recently against the Rangers, and that looked like another one. But Matt got over there about a half a step to spare. Nice play all the way around.
Saw a good finishing position, too, for Harrison on balance, so he was able to get that good break off the mound. Oh, one away. Here's Mastriani. And the first pitch, a knee-high strike to him. Darren in limited play this year, a .279 hitter. See the power numbers, 3 and 17. 17 RBI. Harrison back to the plate, the 1-1. And it's 2 balls and a strike. Mastriani, 3 out of his last 14. That covers the first 7 games of this road trip for the Minnesota Twins. And ball 3 is low. Well, Harrison falling behind, second hitter of the night. And that pitch is a knee-high strike. Mastriani looked like he was taking all the way. The count has gone full. Mastriani hitting second. The catcher, Joe Mauer, will be next, and Matt would just as soon face him with nobody on base. Payoff pitch low and inside, And there is a walk to Mastriani, and Maurer will come up with a runner at first. It's one thing Matt has really been very, very good at, about getting ahead of hitters and throwing a lot of strikes, not walking many people. But Mastriani got away from him with one out, and now here's Maurer.
Mastriani runs really well, so he's a threat to run. He's 15 out of 17 stealing bases.
Maurer hitting at .317. And ball one is up and in. Maurer 3 out of 11 lifetime against Matt Harrison. Harrison's numbers against Minnesota are skewed a little bit because he gave up 8 runs the first time he faced him. Since then, he has been very, very good. He fires a strike on the outside corner. Back in 2008, Matt Harrison faced the Twins at the Metrodome at that time in July and gave up 8 runs and 5 innings of work. 1-1 pitch. That's looped to left field. Murphy started back, now has to come on in a hurry and makes the catch. Well, Maurer, as is his norm, going the other way, especially against a left-hander, but he skies out to Murphy. 2 gone, and Justin Morneau coming in. Morneau had his 11-game hitting streak snapped last night. And we were talking about the previous 4 or 5 games. Morneau had gotten 1 hit in each of those games, so that hitting streak hadn't been consistent for him. Takes a strike there. He had been scuffling through, if you will. But that hitting streak is a thing of the past now. And facing a guy in Matt Harrison, who is a .250 hitter against. There's a good breaking ball from Harrison. 0-2 to Morneau.
Yeah, Matt had good breaking ball, good changeup in his 8-inning stint in Toronto in his last start.
Target set outside, the 0-2 pitch. A broken bat roller that Kinsler takes care of, and that will do it. So Harrison works around the 1-out walk. Nice job by the Ranger left-hander. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the Twins nothing, the Rangers coming up on TXA 21. Tonight, bottom of the first inning, and here's the lineup that Ron Washington has put out there. Ian Kinsler, the second baseman, leads off. Elvis Andrus is next. Josh Hamilton will handle the DH chores tonight at bat third. Adrian Beltre cleans things up. He's the third baseman. Batting fifth, playing right field, Nelson Cruz. David Murphy in left field. Mitch Moreland moves up to the 7th slot. He'll play first base. Luis Martinez is the catcher. And batting ninth, playing center field, is Craig Gentry.
Samuel DeDuno is on the mound. He's pitching well. 4-1, solid ERA. One problem that he's had, he's got a pretty good ERA for all these walks. He's walked 36 batters in 46 innings. Pitched against the Rangers, 5 1/3, gave up 3 runs, gave up a couple of home runs in that game, one to Beltre, one to Hamilton. But this guy's got a good arm. He's got a really good sinker. He gets a lot of ground balls. He's had 9 double play grounders in his 8 starts. He's a good young pitcher. He's got a chance to be pretty good. He's going to have to refine his command a little bit, but you like what you see so far with him.
And Deduno at 29 years of age out of La Romana in the Dominican Republic. He has bounced around the minor leagues a bit and trying to get things together. Kinsler takes it way inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Tom, you hit on the major problem for Deduno is that command of the strike zone is maybe not his strong suit, especially with the fastball.
Yeah, the fastball has such movement. He can start it near the strike zone. It's going to sink or tail right out of the strike zone.
He's fallen behind Ian Kinsler. 3 balls and no strikes. And Ian getting on base a lot in the last 5 ball games, almost half the time. And that's ball 4, a 4-pitch walk. Kinsler is aboard, and here comes Elvis Andrus.
Yeah, the one thing you can't do with Deduno is help him out by swinging at pitches out of the strike zone, especially with men on base. You swing at a low sinker, hit a ground ball, get a double play, you let him get 2 outs. When in reality, if you take that pitch, who knows? He might not be able to get you out. He might walk you.
So Elvis steps in, hitting at .297 for the year. Andrews took an 0 for 3 against Deduno the first time these two squared off. Kinsler a modest lead at first and a quick throw over there, and they got him picked off. Kinsler stumbled a bit getting back to the bag and never reached first base as Deduno picked him clean. And I guess the corollary to not swinging at pitches out of the strike zone is not getting picked off after he walks it.
Yeah, I think in that situation, if you're the runner, you got to think that Elvis, after 4 straight balls, is going to take a pitch. So you really can't. Look like Ian was running on the play. You know, you got a pitcher having that kind of a problem throwing a strike. You don't want to help him out.
And Deduno goes to the breaking ball on the first pitch that he finds the mark with. So Elvis down in the hole, 0-1. Elvis Andrus second in the American League to Derek Jeter. He has 4 hits for the month behind Jeter. Another breaking ball that is just a bit outside. It's 1-1. Andrus .297, 2 home runs, 50 RBI. And ball 2 is inside and low.
I think Ian might have been saying to himself, this kid, all he's thinking about now is throwing a strike. He's a young pitcher. I'm going to take advantage of it and just sneak down to second base real quick. But the young starter got the best out of that.
The broken bat on a pitch down and away, and Deduno handles it easily. On to Morneau, and there are 2 outs for Josh Hamilton. But Deduno gets the broken bat grounder right back to the box for the second out. Now he will face Hamilton, who hit a solo home run against him the first time these two faced each other back in July here at Rangers Ballpark. Hamilton has taken over the RBI leadership in Major League Baseball, not just the American League. He leads Cabrera by a couple of runs driven in, and he looks at a breaking ball for strike 1. Josh with a 5 RBI game last night. He became the 3rd Ranger in the last 2 games to have 5 runs driven in. Moreland and Beltre had turned the trick the night before. 0-1 pitch. He pulled the string and got him to swing at a changeup out of the zone. It's 0-2. Josh 2 for 3 in last night's ball game. And you see that 5 RBI game last night, his 3rd such game of the season. And Hamilton again out in front of a changeup. This one he just tapped foul.
A lot of movement on that changeup. If he ever harnesses that sinker, he's going to be a pretty good winner.
Deduno back to the plate. Hamilton rifles one to center. It's sinking a bit, and that's going to fall for a base hit. That ball completely fooled Revere,
I'll say,
as it looked like it knuckled out there. And Revere started back toward the right center field alley and had to put the brakes on it. It was too late.
Yeah, he's not a bad outfielder. He's a pretty good center fielder. Ball just fooled him. I think it was a knuckleball, Buzz. Dropped at the last minute. I think he just assumed the line drive that Hamilton hits is going to carry pretty well, and it didn't.
Does that make you feel pretty foolish as an outfielder?
Yeah, you're embarrassed, but you know there's not much you can do about it. You say to yourself, well, I'm glad there's 2 outs, and I'm glad it was only a single. Go get him, Samuel. Get me off the hook.
That's right. Now here's Beltre, a 4-game hitting streak coming into play for Adrian. And he takes a fastball strike on the inside corner.
Yeah, Revere's just as likely as the game goes on to make a nice running catch or a diving catch to help out Deduno, so yeah, we'll give him a pass on that one.
Adrian, the first 4 games of this homestand, a 500 hitter. He's gone 9 for 18. 1 ball, 1 strike. 3 out of 5 last night. His second consecutive 3-hit game. Of course, that home run that he hit, the blast to left center field, that was his 4th home run in 2 nights. Hamilton at first, a 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Got the inside corner. Deduno now with the advantage. A ball and 2 strikes. Now we're flashing the signs out. Deduno reading them. Now has the one he wants. Hamilton a small lead at first. Got away with a hanging breaking ball, and Beltre fouling it straight back. Hits leaders this year, Beltre 3rd in the American League, tied with Cano and Adrian Gonzalez. Derek Jeter 12 hits more than Cabrera, who has 12 hits more than the trio behind him. Again, the 1-2. Belted to left center field. Revere going back, still going back at the track at the wall, and he dropped the ball. The ball came out of his glove when he hit the wall. Hamilton will score. Beltre going to third. He's in with a head-first slide, and the Rangers lead 1-0. Well, I thought he had caught that ball and bounced off the wall.
I think he did catch it. It just hit the wall and bounced out, and you have to have it under control. And we just got done saying that sooner or later Revere's liable to run one down for Deduno after misjudging Hamilton's single, and he almost did it in the next batter. He went a long way, showed no fear of the wall, just couldn't quite come up with it. Let's see if he got that ball. Nope, never touched it. I think what happened, Buzz, the ball blended in with a white sign out there. It looked like it's going in his glove, but never quite got there. I thought he caught it too.
Boy, he covered an awful lot of ground getting over there.
Yep, never quite got to it.
Well, the Rangers take the early lead as Adrian Beltre gets credit for an RBI triple. He is at third with 2 outs, and Nelly Cruz takes a strike. It's 0-1.
If that's a black or dark green background on the fence where he went, I think we could have seen that easily, but that white sign out there made the ball blend in. Couldn't see it. Toronto used to have a sign like that. Did the same thing.
Yeah. I think that one was lit, wasn't it? Didn't they have some lighting behind it or something?
Yeah, it might have been. Might have been.
1-1, the count to Cruz. Nelly steps in at 266.
Thought Adrian had gotten another one. It's been 6 in 3 days.
And the pitch inside. It's 2-1. Adrian Beltre with the RBI triple. And that's not a normal thing for Adrian. That is his first one of the year, and actually his first one in 2 years. July 26th of 2010 in Anaheim, the last 3-bagger that Beltre had hit. 2-1 pitch off the end of the bat, up the middle. Gorman on to first, and Cruz out by a couple of steps. Rangers are retired, but they come up with a run on a couple of hits and lead 1. We're going to the second. Rangers 1, Twins 0 on TXA 21. And let's welcome in Joel Thomas. Joel.
Hey, thanks, Buzz. Hey, we're going to talk about a tragic death that happened 3 years ago that's inspiring some changes today. Living for Zachary was co-founded by Karen Shara after her 16-year-old son, Zachary, collapsed and died in football practice. The American Heart Association says 10,000 kids a year die of sudden cardiac arrest, or SCA. Now Zach's organization is teaming up with Baylor Plano to raise awareness and provide defibrillators to schools and churches. You can find out more at Living for Zachary. That's the number 4 Zachary.org. Buzz?
All right, Joel, thank you. And swinging on an 0-1 pitch, Domit hits a sinking line drive that Adrian Beltre able to move to his right and corral for out number 1.
Was sinking. You can tell by the way he had to alter his glove.
So Adrian positioned well and good reactions. That is 1 gone, and Trevor Plouffe, the DH, will step to the plate. Plouffe at 242, as you will note, 19 home runs, and he has hit them in bunches. He had 9 against the National League and interleague play this year, and he looks at strike 1. Plouffe last night, 3 out of 5. Check swing, the appeal to first base where Chris Conroy said no swing, and it's 1-1.
Plouffe had a good game last night. He hit the ball well. Got several hits in the ball game.
Here are the stats for Plouffe on this current road trip.
Plouffe has hit 19 home runs in a little over 80 games.
Hopper off the side of the mound on 2 bounces out to Ian Kinsler. That is out number 2. Matt Harrison, a couple of quick outs. Now Jamie Carroll will step to the plate. Carroll getting the start at third base tonight. Played over at second last night. Signed this past offseason with the Twins. He had a couple of very good years with the Dodgers over in the National League. He was good offensively for the Dodgers, and that's something that he had not been noted for, but he kind of came out of his offensive shell in Los Angeles. Takes inside. It's a ball and a strike. Harrison back to the plate. Good changeup.
Boy, his changeup just seems like it's getting better and better.
And you've remarked several times, Tom, that it's almost automatic when he's in a 2-0 or 2-1 count that a hitter's going to get at one of those 2 pitches.
Yeah, he does. He likes to throw it when he's behind in the count. He's got a good motion with it, too. He's got a lot of deception, kind of a quick move to the plate, fast arm action.
The 2-2 pitch. Hard hit ball, but Beltre right there vacuums it up as he moves to his left. And that'll do it. A couple of ground balls and a soft liner. The Twins are gone after 1.5. Matt Harrison and the Rangers leading 1-0 on TXA 21. That's on Wash's call to Mark McLemore at 469-209-2121. If you read your text in the postgame show tonight, you'll win a $50 sporting goods gift card from Metro PCS. The text again is 469-209-2121. David Murphy starting things off in the Rangers' second. Texas on top 1-0. Murph steps in, hitting at .312 for the year. And the pitch just off the outside corner from Deduno. Murph, the everyday left fielder now for Ron Washington's club. Left-hander, right-hander, doesn't matter the way he's swinging the bat. 2-1 the count. And Ron Washington reaffirmed that last night. Scott Diamond on the hill and Murphy right in there. Deduno back to the plate. That's hammered but pulled foul on the off-speed pitch. 2-2.
That guy lost his food and fell down. That ball caromed off the sign. Thinking, why me?
Murphy going the other way.
Wow.
It's a fair ball down toward the corner. Murphy
around
around first. He will be into second. Domit gets the ball back in. And David Murphy with that magic wand that he's swinging. Another double. That is his 14th double since back in July, the 27th of July, 24th of July, excuse me. That's the most in the major league.
I don't know how he hit that ball. He's not a carbon copy of him, but he reminds me a little bit of Johnny Damon, the way he slashes at the ball. I mean, he didn't even take a full swing. He just got the bat on the ball. A good pitch by Deduno. Man, you don't expect to give up a double on that pitch.
Well, Murphy's saying basically, yeah, to me, the way I'm swinging the bat.
David's got it going, boy.
Now here's Mitch Moreland. Mitch will try and at least get him over, and he looks at strike one on the outside corner.
Yeah, I don't think it's a coincidence that it's all happening after Ron Washington said, "You're my guy. You're playing every day."
Yeah.
I think that gave, not that David needed confidence, but I think it gave him that feeling, wow, okay, now it's up to me, and he is definitely taking it upon himself to take advantage of that opportunity.
I don't think he ever turned down a boost in confidence, do you?
No, no.
For everybody.
Nope.
Murph with that leadoff double. That's the second extra base hit so far for the Rangers. The other, the RBI triple by Adrian Beltre in the first. The 0-1 pitch. And the off-speed delivery is high and outside. 1-1 to Mitch, who comes into the game with that 6-game hitting streak, and there are the numbers on it. 381 for Mitch with a home run. He's driven in 7 over those 6 games. The big one, the 5 RBI night that he had night before last. He pulls this ball to right field. That's a base hit. Toward the line is Mastriani, being waved around third. Coming in to score is Murphy. The throw goes to second, and Dave Anderson never even bothered putting up a stop sign. He was waving him as soon as he saw Mastriani come out going to second.
I think Mastriani didn't he didn't realize that David had to stop in case Morneau caught the ball and didn't get the big jump going to third base. Mastriani has a good arm, and I think he had a shot if he threw that ball home. And the line drive just goes barely by Morneau. David stops to look, and now David's not even to third base when Mastriani picks up the ball, got his back to the plate, and just threw it into second base.
Well, the Rangers lead 2-0 as Mitch Moreland continues to pile up the RBI. That is 40 for the year, and Luis Martinez still looking for his first hit with the Rangers this year. Takes outside for ball one.
Well, you've got David over 300, and you've got Mitch now around 294, 293, zeroing in on 300. So after the big guys hit 1 through 6, you've got 2 guys like David and Mitch hitting 6th, 7th, and 8th, hitting close to 300 and providing power. That's when the lineup is starting to click.
Yeah, that's probably the big reason, isn't it, Tom, that the ball club has been able to score in double figures the last week or so.
I think it is for sure.
Guys at the bottom really getting the job done. I know it was in Toronto and then again the other night.
Well, Adrian's gotten hot, and the guys at the bottom of the lineup have been hot too.
And that fastball hits Martinez. He just turned his front shoulder into it. So the first 3 Rangers have gotten aboard against Deduno. here in the second inning.
You know, Buzz, I think what we're seeing in the last 8 or 9 days when the Rangers have had those double-digit scoring games, you know, when everybody was worried over whatever it was, 6 or 7 weeks, the team wasn't consistently scoring runs. What's wrong with the offense? Not people around the team, but, you know, some fans and some people in the media were just a little bit scared of the offense. And what everybody around the team just said, hey, look, these guys have a track record. They can hit. It's going to happen. Just be patient. Lasted a little longer than people were comfortable with, but still, you know it's just a matter of time before these guys start scoring runs.
Gentry around the bunt, and the first pitch way outside. You get a look at the difference between July and August.
Wow. There's pretty much what we're talking about.
2.5 run per game differential. Slugging percentage, 80 points higher. Not necessarily the home runs. There's only 4 different in that, but boy, that runs per game. I mean, that's dramatic. You start getting the extra base hits, the slugging percentage up. That's how this ball club scores runs. Gentry was around the bunt the first time. The pitch was outside. He's around the bunt again and gets the bunt down third base way. DeDuno gonna have to hurry. The throw is wild. And in to score now will be Moreland. Going to second is Gentry. On to third is Martinez. And the Rangers lead 3-0.
It was a pretty good bunt. I hope Gentry's okay because he hit hard at first base. It didn't stop him from going to second as hard as he could, but once he got to second, he's got to take a deep breath and kind of assess his condition right now. That was a pretty tough collision at first base, and he was flying.
You know, Jamie Reed, Gary Pettis, Ron Washington all out there to check on the fleet-footed center fielder. Get another view of that.
I think he's going to beat it out anyway. Unless it was a perfect throw to the inside of the bag.
I think you're right. Well, the good news is when Gentry is running to second base, he's not limping. So that's one of the things you'd have to be concerned about.
Right.
Looked like he might have knocked the wind out of him or something along those lines. But he's going to stay in the ball game. And that's going to be scored a bunt single for Gentry. And then the error on the pitcher, DeDuno, allowing the runners to advance 90 more feet. No RBI for Gentry. But he does get a bunt base hit, and the Rangers do get another run. They lead 3-0 now on the top of the order. We'll face DeDuno for the second time.
I think that was a good call. I would have called that a base hit as well.
For the Twins, who made a couple of critical errors last night in that big 6-run 8th inning, make another here in the second tonight, and we'll see if that really greases the skids for DeDuno. First pitch to Kinsler, a breaking ball, and that drops over. Kins walked his first time, then immediately was picked off first by DeDuno.
He was trying to get to second as quickly as he possibly could, and DeDuno was just outfoxed him.
The 0-1 pitch. Another breaking ball, and that gets the same result. Knee-high inside corner. It's 0-2. See, Ian tied for third with Shin-Soo Choo of the Indians. 35 doubles. They're trailing Alex Gordon by 4. Gordon, though, has been stuck in the upper 30s for about the last 4 weeks. DeDuno's 0-2 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Twins infield playing halfway in. Again, in one of those situations where a hard hit ground ball, they will have a play at first. They want to try and hedge their bet a little bit by not having the guys play all the way in to make the chances of a ground ball going through even greater. Kinsler, a chopper up the middle. That's headed to center field, a base hit. Martinez score. Here comes Gentry. He will score. And Ian Kinsler drives in a couple. It's 5-0 Texas.
Well, the Rangers, with their offense, score in bunches. And we've shown the stat probably 5 or 6 times in the last couple of weeks how many times they've had innings of 5 runs or more. And they're on the verge of having another one right here. 2-strike hitting by Ian.
Yeah.
Took that breaking ball a couple of times for strike 1 and strike 2. Put that one in play for 2 more runs.
So the first 5 men have reached safely tonight. Last night in that 8th inning, the first 8 men reached safely for the Rangers. You know, a little deja vu all over again here at Rangers ballpark. And Elvis Andrus steps in and takes a strike on the inside corner. Elvis, a broken bat roller, back to the mound his first time up. Elvis not real thrilled by Ed Hickok's call on that first pitch. And I don't think many hitters would like that pitch being called a strike. Kinsler back this time relatively freely. Elvis has hit safely in 16 of his last 20 ball games at a .341 clip. Up there trying to keep this hot start to the second inning going. Way inside, and that gets away from Howard. Hit him. Second hit batsman of the inning. Luis Martinez was plunked as the third hitter in the inning. Now Elvis Andrus plunked, and the Rangers have 2 aboard with 6 consecutive hitters reaching base against Deduno.
Yeah, we talked about Deduno having problems with bases on balls. He's only walked 1 batter. That was Kinsler, but I think anytime you hit 2 batters, it might not count as a walk, but it shows that you're struggling with your command.
Yeah, same result.
Yeah.
Guy goes down to first base. Doesn't run your pitch count up as much as a walk.
No.
But that's
You got to put him on, get it over with.
Hamilton takes way inside, a breaking ball down at his shoe tops.
And remember, last night Diamond was gone early when he was ejected for throwing at Josh Hamilton's head, and so the Twins bullpen had to pitch somewhere around 5 or 6 innings last night. And I'm sure Ron Gardenhire is looking at the bullpen thinking, I hope I don't have to do the same thing tonight.
Now the Twins had to call up a man just for that instance. They called Kyle Waldrop. Sent Matt Carson down to AAA Rochester. So they knew they needed to shore up the long end of that bullpen. Deduno about ready to throw his 21st pitch in this second inning and is yet to retire a hitter. Hamilton singled his first time to the plate and came around to score. Kinsler at second, Andrus at first. Nobody out of the Rangers second. Fastball, double play ground ball out to Casilla to second for 1 and on to first. A hard hit double play ground ball. That is out number 2. On to third goes Kinsler. And now Adrian Beltre will get a shot at Deduno.
That was a well hit ball by Josh. Unfortunately, hit it right at him.
Well, that is the 92nd double play the Rangers have grounded into. That's the 152nd that the Twins have turned this year. Beltre, the RBI triple in the first inning. Hit it off the wall right in front of the Twins dugout and bullpen, and he lines one down the left field line. That'll score Kinsler. Beltre not stopping at first. He's going to second. The throw is late. And Adrian Beltre, a double and a triple, another RBI. The Rangers lead 5-0. Make that 6-0.
And another 5-run inning to add to the ledger. Well, for people that are enamored with the cycle, he's got a couple of the tough ones out of the way, the double and the triple.
Yeah, the way he's been swinging the bat lately, that home run and single are no problem.
Yeah.
Beltre now at second base. Nelson Cruz is the 9th hitter to come up here in the first, and he pops up the first pitch, foul territory. Morneau right at the railing of the Ranger dugout, reaches in to make the catch, and that will do it. But another big inning for the Rangers. 25th time this year they've had an inning of 5 or more runs scored. By far the best in baseball. 6-0 Texas. On to the third we go. by Sports City Toyota. Go to sportscitytoyota.com. We'll deliver anywhere in Texas. And by Whataburger, proud to serve it hot and fresh 24 hours a day. The Rangers have served up another hot one. They're leading 6-0 after 2 innings. And Matt Harrison, who received 11 runs of support his last time out in Toronto, well, maybe he's turned things around as far as getting the guys to like him. One pitch, and it's low and inside. 2 balls and a strike. Mariners trying to win their 9th in a row. They are tied with the White Sox in that 2nd inning. And Harrison throws a strike. It's 2-2 now to Alexi Casilla. Casilla, the switch hitting infielder, up there from the right side, takes high and tight, and the count has gone full. Matt's payoff pitch. Chopper off the plate. Beltre is going to have to hurry. Unloads quickly and gets it. Nice play by Adrian. Well, if Casilla is hitting from the left side of the plate, that's no contest. It's a base hit, but he wasn't. And he also hit it to Adrian Beltre.
Yeah, no, Adrian's kind of a helpless feeling. You know the guy's pretty quick, moving toward first base, and you just have to wait for that ball to come down. But he's prepared to throw it as soon as he catches it. Caught it right about chest high and took the ball out and threw it all in the same motion.
Pedro Florimon, shortstop, takes a strike. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Florimon hitting at .318 for the year. Harrison working quickly and fires a strike to the inside corner. Florimon last night 1 for 4 against the Rangers, had an RBI in that contest. Harrison back to him. Ground ball. Beltre again playing a tricky hop. He fires a strike to first. Now, Beltre has had assists on the last 3 plays. There are 2 outs, and Ben Rivera will come to the plate.
Yeah, Matt's getting a lot of ground balls. Only 1 ball has been hit in the air, and that wasn't hit very hard. That was the ball that Doman hit to him. Other than that, there's been 2, 4, 6 ground balls. A couple of them just weak choppers off of Matt. Only base runner was a walk.
Adrian Beltre, they may have to check his glove out. I think he's got a ball magnet in there.
I think this is the best stretch the last 3 weeks, the best stretch defensively he's had all year. Not that he's been anything but a Gold Glove third baseman. He just hasn't missed a ball in the last 3 weeks. And it seems like more often than not, Buzz, the balls that are hit to him take a tricky hop. There haven't been a lot of simple balls.
Harrison knocks this one down, recovers, throws low, and it gets by Mitch Moreland. So Rivera around first. He'll go into second as Nelly Cruz has to come in to retrieve that ball. And Matt Harrison just threw a sinker over to Moreland and short hopped him. Not much Mitch could do.
That's where you just have to take a deep breath, say, okay, had a simple play for the last out. I'm just going to get the next hitter.
And that's going to be ruled an error all the way on Matt Harrison.
And right back to him. He had to take his eye off the ball. The ball was hit near his head. He dropped it and then threw it away.
So the first error of the night committed by the Rangers. That puts Revere at second base. Darren Mastriani will come to the plate. Mastriani walked his first time up there, and a strike is fired through there by Matt Harrison. Harrison okays the sign. The left-hander comes set. And that pitch fouled away to the right. It's 0-2. Beautiful night here at Rangers Ballpark. There's some high clouds now coming in, and they look to be thickening up just a little bit. There's a slight threat of rain later on tonight, but it shouldn't bother the ball game at all. 0-2 pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Twins on this road trip, just 1-6. Slow hopper hit foul. And we'll try it again at 1-2. Ron Gardner has seen his ball club really struggle about getting runs across. That 177 average with runners in scoring position won't get you a whole lot of people crossing home plate. Call strike 3. Harrison rings up his first punch out as he freezes Mastriani at home plate. No runs, no hits. The error puts one aboard. They leave one stranded. Bottom of the third coming up. Rangers 6, Twins nothing on TXA 21. This summer, you can do that easily. Just subscribe to MLB.tv today and see every Rangers out-of-market game live online and on your favorite devices in HD quality. Visit TexasRangers.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv, it's baseball everywhere. David Murphy starting off the Ranger third inning, and he bangs one to center field. David Murphy is 2 out of 2. He had a leadoff double to start the second, a leadoff single here to start the third. And Mitch Moreland coming to the plate. Murphy continuing to swing a torrid bat. And he's using the entire field. We've seen him double into the right field corner, double into the left field corner. Hit fastballs, hit breaking balls. Doesn't seem to matter right now.
No, it doesn't. He's hitting all pitches.
And the guy at the plate right now, it doesn't seem to matter too much either. Mitch Moreland has extended his inning streak 7 straight games. Batting average up now to 294, and Mitch is at the 40 RBI plateau.
Yeah, during the little slump that the Rangers went in, one of the factors was that Mitch Moreland was on the disabled list, wasn't in the lineup. He was a pretty solid bat toward the bottom of the order. That didn't help the offense.
Mitch playing in his 79th game tonight. And you think he got off to a little bit of a slow start run production wise. A 40 RBI, pretty impressive. He's got Murphy at first, nobody out. DeDuno with the 1-0 pitch on the way. And a good rip at that fastball, and Mitch angrily taking a swipe at his shoe to knock some of that dirt off and get out a little of the frustration. Moreland with his first career grand slam here night before last. At least first one that counted. Had one a year ago against Oakland that got rained out. Murphy at first, a modest lead for David. Two and one the count. Mitch Moreland now playing in his 24th game. And this is his 20th start since being activated almost a month ago from the disabled list. Came off the deal on the 30th of July. He's hit .333 since coming into tonight. Snap throw to first, and Murphy back standing. So Mitch, who has 7 RBI in his last 3 ball games. A 2-0 count to him. 2-1 count, excuse me. There goes Murphy, and the pitch is chopped up the middle. Florimon will grab it and fire to first. Moreland retired, but into second, and now in scoring position is David Murphy with Luis Martinez coming to the plate.
Got a couple of birthday wishes, Buzz. Margaret Mills, happy 81st birthday. And Ursuline Whitney, she has a birthday coming up. She'll be 96 years old, and I understand both Ursuline and Margaret are great Ranger fans. They love to watch the games. They follow the players. They root hard for the Rangers. So happy birthdays to Margaret Mills and Ursuline Whitney. Thanks for being such great Ranger fans.
Oh, 0-1 the count to Luis Martinez. He was hit by a pitch and scored a run in the second inning. Murphy at second. And the pitch is skied to right field. Way up in the air. Mastriani didn't find it real quickly, and he finally does, able to get over there to capture it. That's out number 2, and Craig Gentry now will come up. Murphy staying at second. Rangers with 8 hits already off of Samuel DeDuno. Craig Gentry has one of those 8 hits, a bunt single. He was trying to sacrifice with runners at first and second last inning. Got the bunt down, and DeDuno, in a hurry to try and get the ball to first base, threw it away. And Gentry was given a single and eventually went on to second and then scored from there. Now trying to get a base hit to score Murphy. 1 ball, no strikes. Craig Gentry has really seen his playing time curtailed, as you might imagine. This is just his 5th start in the last 25 ball games. Man out there at second base, one of the big reasons that Gentry has not started a lot of ball games, David Murphy has taken over full time in left field. Pitch inside. Plus Hamilton, Josh Hamilton's gotten himself back together offensively. And that just hasn't left a spot for Craig Gentry in the lineup most days. Rangers, as you see, hitting .283 now with runners in scoring position. 4 for 8 tonight. Good job by Gentry to lay off that breaking ball, and it's 3-0. But Gentry trying to get aboard with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. Turn the lineup over for the 3rd time tonight, and that means Ian Kinsler is waiting in the on-deck circle. The 3-0 pitch. That is right down the middle. Craig Gentry coming into tonight's play had just been 3 for his last 30. He dropped that bunt down and get something going for himself offensively. The 3-1. Chopper toward the hole. Florimon throws and just does get Gentry. Oh, Gentry hightailing it down the line, almost beat that out. So the Rangers gone in the 3rd. No runs a hit. They strand a runner. After 3 complete, it's the Rangers 6 and the Twins nothing on TXA 21. Trophy Nissan. Visit us at trophynissan.com. What a beautiful sunset over the first base stands here at Rangers Ballpark. All kinds of pinks and salmon colors and a little bit of orange mixed in there. Matt Harrison trying to make the sunset on the Twins here tonight. He is leading 6-0, has yet to allow a base hit. And he will face Joe Mauer, Justin Morneau, and Ryan Domit in the 4th inning. Breaking ball is a little bit low for ball 1. Mauer, a fly ball to left field back in the 1st inning. Two balls, no strikes. Mauer last night, part of the controversial goings on in the 3rd and 4th inning. Harrison back to him with a strike. Mauer nailed on a 3-0 pitch by Roy Oswalt, and that precipitated a high over the head pitch by Scott Diamond when Josh Hamilton came up the next half inning. To left field again, toward the line, David Murphy shading him that way, doesn't have a long way to go, catches up with it in fair territory, and that is out number 1. Let's go over and say hello again to Joel Thomas. Joel?
Hey, thanks, Buzz. Hey, the Hall of Fame gives baseball broadcasters an award every year, and the Rangers want you to help us win that award this year. Joining us now is John Blake from the Rangers to tell us about the Ford Frick Award. John?
Well, Joel, about a month ago, of course, Eric Nadel was inducted into the Texas Rangers Baseball Hall of Fame. We want to go one step further and get him into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Ford C. Frick Award is a prestigious award. It's been awarded for a number of years to baseball broadcasters. Between now and September 7th, we're asking all our fans to get Eric Nadel on the next phase of the fan ballot. They have to go to the Facebook site, the Hall of Fame, facebook.com/baseball hall. Vote for Eric as often as you can between now and September 7th, and then we'll come back to everybody, hopefully, and get him on that next step so he's on that final ballot again for 2013.
All right, so fans, a chance to help Eric Nadel take the first steps to the Hall of Fame. Buzz?
All right, Joel, thank you. John, thank you very much. And Justin Morneau, thank you very much, as Matt Harrison rings up his 2nd strikeout. He struck out 2 of the last 3, 2 gone for Ryan Domit.
Well, Matt's working quickly and throwing strikes. Good breaking ball. Just kept on going away from Morneau's bat.
Have you gone on Facebook to vote for Eric yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Got to do that.
I'm going to definitely do it. I feel the same way John does.
Yeah. Got to do that. Eric Nadel in his 34th year as a Ranger broadcaster. Terrific guy, terrific broadcaster. Domit a swing and a foul back to the screen, and Matt Harrison ahead of the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Domit hit a sinking line drive that Adrian Beltre picked off the dirt at 3rd, his first time up. And he goes the other way with this, a fly ball to right field. Nelly Cruz leisurely sauntering in, makes the catch, and it's another 1-2-3 inning. This one an 11 pitch 4th inning for Matt Harrison. Twins out in order, 3.5 in the books. Rangers 6, Twins nothing on TXA 21. September the 14th, Rangers take on the Mariners. Post-game fireworks show will be set to recent hits and brought to you by Windmill Suites from Surprise, Arizona. Reserve your seats at TexasRangers.com. Top of the order for the Rangers to face Samuel Deduno. Ian Kinsler is 1 for 1, a walk and a single. He has driven in a couple. Deduno back to play a little check swing roller up the mound. And behind the bag at second, Casilla makes the play. Kinsler is retired, and ground ball to second. One away for Elvis Andrus.
Yeah, for that kind of check swing, he actually hit it pretty hard. Almost found a hole right up the middle with it. Would have been a nice hit.
Hitters feel after an at-bat like that check swing, that it's a wasted at-bat.
Yeah, pretty much. It's an awful feeling. Especially, you do it 3 or 4 times a year where you check your swing and hit one hopper back to the mound. You're not even out of the batter's box. You don't even feel like taking one step toward first base because you know you're going to be out. So you have to say, okay, I've got to hustle, and you start to run, and you're out before you get a third of the way. You just turn and go toward the dugout. Yeah, that's not a good feeling.
Next pitch to Elvis. Breaking ball is outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, you just don't give yourself a chance that way.
Right. Yeah, I can see where that would feel pretty unproductive. Not even a good swing in there.
Not even a good swing. No chance. But it happens. You go to, you're maybe looking for a certain pitch. You don't get it, and you start your bat, and you have to stop it, and you don't stop it quite in time, and you make a little contact.
1-2 as Elvis again disputing with his looks the call by Ed Hickox. How about the one where the pitcher throws a ball up over your head and you duck out of the way and it hits your bat behind you? That's got to feel good too.
Yeah. Now you want to compound that, have that ball go fair.
Right.
That's the ultimate. Yeah. If it goes foul, it's one thing, but going fair, that's bad.
Elvis sprinting down the line, he is not able to get him. The third baseman Carroll made a quick throw, and Elvis able to beat that out. And he's walking a little gingerly back to the bag, and that's not good.
Carroll's playing back, makes a quick play with a strong throw. Good call by Chris Conroy at first base.
Well, Elvis has his first hit of the night. That's the 9th Ranger hit of the evening. And with 1 out, Elvis aboard. That brings up Josh Hamilton. Hamilton 1 for 2. Singled in the first, scored a run on Beltre's RBI triple, and then hit a sharp grounder on 2 hops out to Casilla at second base that turned into a double play. Josh with the average now up to 288. Short lead for Elvis at first. And Hamilton takes a breaking ball that's inside for ball 1. .322 the average in Hamilton's last 16 ball games. That's his most of the month of August. And over a little bit longer span, Josh has driven in 29 runs in his last 29 games. There goes Andrus. The pitch is popped into foul territory. Carroll, the third baseman, makes the play. Elvis was around second, and it's going to be an easy double play as Carroll fires on to first. So Elvis never able to pick the ball up, had no idea where it was, and he rounded second base and had no chance to get back. Rangers gone in the 4th, no runs a hit, nobody left. After 4, Rangers leading 6-0. Texas Ford dealers. Ford is the best in Texas. Well, Matt Harrison back out for the top of the 5th inning. Rangers leading 6-0. And you see that couple of zeros there for the Twins. Matt Harrison has yet to allow a base hit to Minnesota. And first ball swinging here is Trevor Plouffe, and he pops one up. Nelly Cruz in right field signals for the fair catch and makes it for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 away. Let's take a look at the Ford leaderboard, and we'll go back through the years since 2007, which was Ron Washington's first year here. Only 3 other managers have 500 wins in that time span. Charlie Manuel of the Phillies leading 531. Then Mike Scioscia with the Angels and Joe Maddon just 4 ahead of Ron Washington. Ron, of course, getting his 500th win last night. Ranger 10-6 victory. One out, nobody on. And a fastball to Jamie Carroll is a little bit low for ball 1. The White Sox now leading Seattle up in Chicago. That ball game in the bottom of the 4th inning. Angels have a 2-0 lead behind Zach Greinke, and Oakland has come back to tie Tampa Bay at 3. Fastball for a strike. It's 2-1 to Carroll. Carroll, a ground ball to third. First time that he faced Matt Harrison tonight. And ball 3 is high. Now, Matt, 61 pitches so far, 38 strikes. And the 3-1. That's on the outer edge. Now the payoff pitch. High ball 4, he lost him. Second walk of the game, first walk since the 1st inning. Issued by Matt Harrison. Carroll is aboard, and Alexi Casilla will come up. Mentioned Matt Harrison really doing a good job of pounding the strike zone in his last several outings. Casilla 0 for 1 with the ground ball. Takes that breaking ball that's in and over for strike 1. Harrison just 1 walk in his last outing in Toronto. Been averaging about 3 walks per outing in the last couple of months. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Casilla. Well, Casilla for several years the either leadoff hitter or number 2 hitter for the Twins, and his offensive struggles the last couple of years have made playing time hard to come by for him, and also have dropped him down in the order when he is in the lineup.
Yeah, there might have been a time in the past where a center fielder, a second baseman, a shortstop, maybe a catcher could be an everyday player based on their defense and holding their own to a certain degree offensively, but I think those days are pretty well gone. You're expecting every player on the field to be a good defensive player and a contributor offensively. There's only, there's a handful of players who don't play much defense that still hit enough to play every day. In the American League, you can be a DH. I think the emphasis now is on all-around players who can run a little bit, play defense a little bit, and hit.
2-2 pitch, and Casilla window shopping. Nope, don't like it, going back to the bench. Strikeout number 3 for Matt Harrison. 2 gone for Pedro Florimon.
Well, the 2 strikeouts to the right-hand hitters have been pitches, good fastballs on the inside part of the plate. Mastriani to end the 3rd inning, and that one to Casilla.
Florimon also grounded out to Adrian Beltre. Beltre was very, very busy the first couple of innings, but it's kind of calmed down at that hot corner a little bit. Swinging strike, it's 1-1. Florimon, like Casilla before him, a switch hitter. Harrison okays the sign. He checks Carroll at first base. And the pitch hit in the air to center field. Gentry gliding back and makes the catch. That will do it. And Matt Harrison through 5 innings has yet to allow a base hit. A couple of walks, yes. Hits, no. Bottom of the 5th coming up. 6-0 Rangers. Rangers come to bat in the bottom of the 5th inning, leading 6-0. Adrian Beltre, the first 2 legs of that cycle, a triple and a double, and he takes on the inside corner for strike 1. Beltre with RBI and both of those hits. Now has 76 runs driven in this year. A little tapper foul at home plate. It bounces back to the screen. Here's the TXU Energy replay. Adrian Beltre, that triple off the wall, drove in Josh Hamilton. That was in the first. And then in this second inning, played in the final run of that 5-run outburst with the double. TXU Energy, the right things right now. That applies to Adrian, too. He is the right thing right now for the Rangers. He has just gone crazy. 5-game hitting streak. He's hit better than 500 on this homestand. Chops that tough pitch foul. Adrian has lifted his batting mark to .313. That's as high as it's been in over a month. DeDuno back to him. And Adrian able to lean on that breaking ball. 2-2 now the count. DeDuno, a long look in. Now the right-hander goes to the wind. The 2-2 pitch. Hammer to left field. Going back and looking up is Dummett. Goodbye. Adrian Beltre, a solo home run, his 5th in the last 3 games, and the Rangers lead 7-0.
Well, there's the double, the triple, and the home run. Boy, he is just pounding the ball.
Fighting off several tough pitches in that at bat. Just staying alive by the hair on his chin. And Mike Napoli putting his arm around Adrian, and Beltre, hey, give me my helmet back.
Well, he's cooled off a little bit. He hit 3 the first day. He's only hit 1 each of the next 2 days.
Mini slump.
Yeah, a little bit of home run drought right now.
1-0 the count to Nelly Cruz.
Oh, we had to mention that. How many days was it? 30 days without a home run?
29 games.
29 games without a home run?
Yeah.
And he's hit 5 since.
Well, you got that hanger right in the middle of the plate and left the yard with it. Swing and a miss by Cruz. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now. You know, that ball might have had a little topspin on it, too. Kind of dove into the seats out there over the out-of-town scoreboard. A 2-1 to Cruz. To right field. Mastriani moving back and to his left. Able to make the grab, and that's the first out here in the 5th inning. Well, Nelly hit it hard, but Adrian Beltre is smiling about his night. 386 feet on the home run off the bat of Adrian. AT&T bringing you tonight's trivia question. Name the only 3 pitchers since 1950 to have 60 or more career shutouts. Individual pitchers that had 60 or more career shutouts since 1950. Give you a little while to think about that and bring you the answer shortly. David Murphy 2 for 2 tonight. A single and a double and a run scored. Rangers now have topped the 10-hit plateau again. Off speed and low. Adrian Beltre, another note on his exploits of late. 7th time that he's homered in 3 consecutive ball games of his career.
Well, in addition to the hot streak, he's got a chance. All he needs now is a single to hit for the cycle.
DeDuno back to Murphy, way inside, all the way to the backstop. It's 3-1. Adrian's got that little cat that ate the canary smile. Somebody's giving him a hard time about something. 3-1 pitch, and Murphy shoots one to left field. Domit comes on, makes the catch chest high, and David a hard out. First time he's been retired tonight. And is it any surprise that Elvis Andrus was over there giving Beltre the hard time?
It's a lot easier to take that ribbing when you're sitting on the kind of streak he's on. 5 home runs in 3 days. You can say anything you want to me. I don't care.
So 2 gone, a couple of line drive outs. And here's Mitch Moreland, who is 1 for 2 tonight. Mitch, an RBI single in the second inning. Strike 1 at the knees. Moreland, 13 home runs. That average creeping up toward 300. The 0-1. Up the middle into center field. A base hit, and Mitch is 2 out of 3.
Well, it's creeping a little closer now.
Ron Washington said, and Tom, I know you've talked about this a lot about Mitch Moreland, his ability to use the entire field with authority. And it applies to David Murphy, but Mitch Moreland wasn't able to do that the second half of last year because of the wrist injury. Now it looks like he's back healthy, and he is right back to the same Mitch Moreland that the Rangers fell in love with the swing of.
Yeah, no one said much about that last year because Mitch didn't say anything about it. He just went out there and did what he had to do. Never complained about it, never used it as an excuse. But I think you see while he's healthy, the effect it probably did have on him.
I know we were talking to him in spring training, and Mitch was saying, you know, the hardest part now, the wrist was healthy in the spring. So the hard part now is breaking the habits I got into trying to favor it last year. Swing and a miss by Luis Martinez. It's 1-1. That really was the kicker on the thing. He said, I hadn't expected that. I expected once I got healthy that everything would fall back into place. And said, I had to work with Scott Coolbaugh the entire spring just to break down the bad habits I had developed. 1-1 pitch to Martinez. Popped him up. Out in front of home plate, down the line from first base is Justin Morneau, and he puts it away. And that'll do it for the Rangers in the 5th. But Adrian Beltre with the leadoff home run, his 24th of the year. Rangers get a run on 2 hits, leave 1. After 5 complete, Rangers 7, Twins nothing. On TXA 21. Trivia question for tonight. I wanted you to name the 3 pitchers since 1950 to have 60 or more career shutouts. The answer to that would be Ranger President and CEO Nolan Ryan with 61, Tom Seaver, that's great, with 61 also, and Bert Blyleven, recently inducted into the Hall of Fame, would normally be along with the Twins. He's the Twins television commentator. Unfortunately, Bert missing this trip. Only 3 guys. That's Still a lot of shutouts.
Yep.
60 shutouts. Top of the order to face Matt Harrison, and Ben Revere takes low and outside. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Harrison with 73 pitches at this juncture of the game. And Revere trying to get out of the way at check swing and went off his bat foul. It's 1-2. Rivera ground ball to first, and he reached on an error by Matt Harrison his last time up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Luis Martinez flashing the sides out. Harrison misses with a fastball, and it's gone full to Revere. Payoff pitch. Ground ball right side, cut off by Moreland. Overhand toss to Harrison. And they teamed up again to make a very nice play to get Revere at first base. Very much like the play in the first inning to start the ball game off.
And Mitch is solid at first base. He's got good hands. He's got a nice accurate arm. He can flip the ball. He can throw from first to third or home. He's got a good strong arm, but he's got good touch too. Leads Matt perfectly, and with a fast guy running 2 times, they make the play on him with about half a step to spare.
Yeah, Adrian Beltre, the wise veteran, into talk with Matt Harrison just a moment to make sure that he caught his breath. And the pitch to Darren Mastriani is up and in for ball 1. Mastriani, a walk and a strikeout tonight. Almost said single. There haven't been any singles off Matt Harrison or any other kinds of hits. He's fallen behind Mastriani. 2 balls, no strikes. And that's out of play to the right. Now, we have seen Matt Harrison have better command of his pitches at times. Not much, but tonight been one of those times that he has fallen behind more so than we have seen him of late, but he's been able to come back with quality pitches when he's been down on the count. That one spins Mastriani around. It's 3 balls and no strikes. Score from Detroit. The Angels still leading the Tigers 2-0. That ball game in the top of the 8th. Oakland now has jumped on top. They are leading 5-3. Fly ball center field. Drifting back a couple of steps. Craig Gentry right there. That's 2 gone. Well, folks, coming up Labor Day weekend on TXA 21, a tradition continues. TXA 21 is helping children and adults fight muscular dystrophy. And you can make a difference by watching the MDA Show of Strength on Sunday, September the 2nd. That's at 6 p.m. on TXA 21. Two out, bases empty. Joe Mauer has twice flied to David Murphy in left field and takes a fastball for strike 1. Mauer now 3 out of 13 in his career against Matt Harrison. And the pitch just off the outer edge. Matt working quickly. Takes something off that and gets it over. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Mauer.
Infield plays Mauer just about straight away. The outfield shifts way around toward left.
1-2 pitch. Chopper down to first, and it was a foul ball. Ed Hickok's the home plate umpire, immediately throwing his hands up in the air, probably after Mauer yelled when that ground ball hit his foot. Foul ball going right off the instep, it looked like, and Ed Hickok's immediately threw up the hands and let everyone know it was a foul ball. Yeah, right there, right on the toe. And for a catcher to hit himself in the toe with a foul tip, that's adding insult to injury. Catchers get their toes beaten up behind the plate enough as it is. Again, the 1-2. Boy, that didn't miss by much, but it evens the count. just did miss. Harrison with the 2-2 now. Got him swinging. Fastball thrown right on by Joe Mauer at 93 miles an hour. A 1-2-3 again for Matt Harrison. He's through 6. Still no hits, but the Rangers have plenty of them. 7-0 Texas. Sonic Slam Inning brought to you by Sonic. Tonight the jackpot is worth $900 and dinner for 2 at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight the Rangers are hitting for Rachel Huntman from Corinth. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam during the inning, Rachel Huntman of Corinth is going to win $25,000. Registered any participating Sonic restaurant. Craig Gentry will start things off, and a new pitcher on the mound now, Kyle Waldrop, just called up today from AAA Rochester. Waldrop has been with the Twins off and on this year. He mentioned just called up today because of what happened last night. Everybody, Longman-wise, really threw a lot of pitches in last night's ball game. Waldrop was called up first time on June 29th. Sent back and then just called up today for his second tour of duty. He will face Craig Gentry. And Gentry shoots one just foul outside first. It is no balls and 1 strike. Gentry 1 for 2, had that bunt single in that big 5-run second inning for the Rangers tonight. And he chops this one foul outside third base. No balls, 2 strikes. Waldrop, 26-year-old right-hander out of Knoxville, Tennessee. He was the 25th overall pick in the 2004 first-year player draft by the Twins. 1-2. Came up last year for his major league debut and worked in 7 ball games for the Twins. Went 1-0 with a .573. .6'5" right-hander comes back to the plate and calls strike 3, and Gentry knew it. Fastball tailing back into the outside corner, and Waldrop strikes out the first hitter he faces. And now he will take the Rangers back to the top of the order.
That's a tough pitch for a right-hand hitter. You can see it coming toward the plate. Your eyes tell you it's going to be outside. And the movement brings it back to the outside corner before you can swing at it. That's why when you're called out, you're not surprised. You know exactly what happened.
Kinsler chops the first pitch foul. It's 0-1. Kinsler walked in the first, singled home a couple of runs in the second, came around to score also in that inning, and Last time up, grounded to second. So 1 for 2. RBI total now up to 60 for the Rangers' second sacker. And another chopper foul third base way. Waldrop, a good tailing and sinking action on that fastball. Very much a strike thrower. The minor leagues usually a 3-to-1 ball base on ball to strikeout, or strikeout to base on ball ratio. Kinsler awaiting the 1-2 pitch from Waldrop. Hard hit, but again pulled foul down the left side. Big right-hander okays the sign. Again the 1-2 and another foul ball.
The offensive output that the Rangers have had the last week, Buzz, gives them a 26-run advantage on the Red Sox for the most runs of any team in the American League. That's what several of those 10-run games will do for you.
Yeah. Shortstop Foreman going out, and Kinsler out on the pop-up to shallow left field. That's out number 2, and it'll bring up Elvis Andrus. Yeah, when the Rangers were in New York playing the Yankees, it was kind of a nip-and-tuck race until that 10-run output the Rangers had the final day of that series against the Yankees. The Yankees had sneaked into the number 2 spot ahead of the Red Sox. The Yankees fell off, and the Rangers have gone crazy. The Red Sox have started putting up a lot of runs again.
Rangers are 5th in pitching solidly and 4th in defense. Well rounded.
Carroll, the third baseman, cuts off an Elvis Andrus ground ball, throws him out, and Kyle Waldrop has a 1-2-3 inning. We're going to the 7th at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Matt Harrison going back to work. He and his Texas Rangers leading the Twins 7-0 on TXA 21. Park is next week when the Tampa Bay Rays visit. Great seats are available for Wednesday's game. Don't forget it's a 6:05 game. And you'll enjoy all the dollar hot dogs you can eat for just $1. For tickets, go to TexasRangers.com or call 972-RANGERS. Large crowd on hand here tonight, well over 40,000. Watching Matt Harrison go to work in the 7th inning. And Justin Morneau, a check swing foul. Harrison, as long as we're getting to this juncture of the game now, has not allowed a hit. This exceeds his longest previous no-hit bid as a starter. Another check swing foul. Matt before had taken a no-hitter into the 5th inning. His bid went 4 2/3 innings on June 30th this year against the Angels. And was broken up by Eric Ibar's double in the 5th. So this is as far as Matt Harrison has taken one in his major league career.
Rangers haven't had one in a long time.
Tipped foul. Trying to think of when the last one was.
It was Kenny Rogers.
After Kenny Rogers.
I don't think there was one.
94. That's been the last one. I think you're right. Blooper out into left field. Murphy coming on. The ball's hanging up for him, and David able to track it down. That is out number 1, and Ryan Domit coming up. Well, the last Ranger with 6 no-hit innings. Juan Dominguez back in September of 2005 at Kansas City. No-hitter broken up by Emil Brown in the 7th.
Yeah, Juan Dominguez, I don't know that he had the aptitude to be a major league player, but he had the arm. That kid could throw. Boy.
Yes, he could.
Remember that game he threw in Yankee Stadium where he punched out 10, was throwing 96 miles an hour?
0-1 pitch to Domit. Line to left field. Murphy coming on. He slides and makes the catch. David Murphy, a headlong dive to preserve the no-hitter through 6 2/3.
Well, if you do have the good fortune to throw a no-hitter, you like to have some highlights behind it. And there's a great one. That's a beautiful catch by David Murphy. That's not one of those balls where you dive and it's about waist high. He dove because he had to catch that ball right off the ground. That's for kind of like Rusty Greer's play.
Exactly. That's what it reminded me of watching this replay.
Yeah, left-handed thrower making that kind of a play. Of course, Rusty was in center field. A lot of similarities there.
What a play by David Murphy. Beltre signaling touchdown. Yep. That's good. And that's about as excited as you see Matt Harrison get during the ball game.
Definitely.
Trevor Plouffe hitting it out of play down the right side, and count goes to 1 ball and 1 strike.
So you're pitching a game, and you're the typical pitcher. Not necessarily you, but what do you think? When do you think the average pitcher says to himself, they haven't got any hits?
6th inning.
6th inning?
Yeah, I think
when
you sit down after 5.
Oh, in the 6th inning.
Yeah,
after
in the
5.
Yeah,
I would have guessed that.
I would guess. I don't know.
You really can't say a guy's got a no-hitter going after 4.
No. You can
after
think
5,
that as a pitcher.
After 5, you start thinking it.
Well, there's a base hit, and that's going to end it. Nothing anybody can do about that as Plouffe reached out. And Nolan Ryan can identify with that. Man that had 12 one-hitters in his career, and a standing ovation by Nolan Ryan and the 40-plus thousand people here at Rangers Ballpark. 6 2/3 of no-hit baseball being recognized by Matt Harrison. Good job by the left-hander.
Matt's thrown 2 shutouts this year. So now Matt are trying to concentrate. I don't know if he's going to be able to throw a shutout or not, though. He's got, what, almost 100 pitches, so probably not a shutout. That would have been a tough call for Wash if he's around 140 pitches trying to throw a no-hitter, though.
I don't think that's a tough call for Wash. Unless there was, unless he was really struggling.
Yeah. Easy call, but not a great feeling to have your pitcher out. I remember Edwin Jackson threw one with about 143 pitches, 144 pitches.
People were talking about Johan Santana having to be shut down because of the effects of his 145 pitch, I think it was, no-hitter.
Yeah.
Base hit to right field by Jamie Carroll. He goes the other way. So the Twins back-to-back singles here in the 7th inning after the no-hit bid was broken up. Now 2 on, 2 out. Alexi Casilla will come up. Well, this has been the longest Ranger no-hit bid, the 6 2/3 by Matt Harrison tonight, since Kenny Rogers went 7 against Cleveland back in 2002. Kenny Rogers completed 7, lost it in the 8th inning. Here's Casilla. Ground out and a strikeout. He takes outside for ball 1. Harrison's 1-0 pitch, and that's in the dirt. Count moves to 2-0. Well, Matt trying to regroup. Focus back on hitting that glove with the pitch. And a little nubber out toward the mound. Harrison bounces off quickly, fires a strike to Moreland, and the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, the first 2 hits of the night for the Twins, and they strand a pair. Big ovation for Matt Harrison as he comes off the field. Stretch time at the ballpark. Rangers 7, Twins nothing. On TXA 21. And please join. Friday Night Baseball on TXA 21 is brought to you by Sports City Toyota. Go to SportsCityToyota.com. We'll deliver anywhere in Texas. Josh Hamilton leading off the bottom of the 7th inning. Kyle Waldrop back out there after working a 1-2-3 6th inning. Josh Hamilton tonight is 1 for 3 and a wave and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hamilton, that single back in the first inning. Back-to-back 2-out base hits in the first. Plated the first Ranger run. Hamilton, along with driving in runs, has been getting on base and scoring runs prolifically of late. He fouls one off to the left side. And the count moves to 1-2. And that's a great sign because that means the guys behind him in the order are really doing a great job of driving home runs. Beltre and Cruz and company. Hamilton has scored 3 runs in the previous 4 games of this homestand. Chops that foul. It's still a ball and 2 strikes. Scored 17 runs in his last 16 games. One more note on the Matt Harrison 6 2/3 no-hit bid tonight. I want to recognize Rich Harden, who went exactly the same length back in 2010 against these Twins, by the way. Was pulled after 6 2/3 of a no-hitter. And there was a case of Harden just not being able to continue coming out of the ball game. 2-2 the count to Hamilton. Got him swinging. Pitch down and in, and Waldrop gets his second strikeout. One away, and now here comes Adrian Beltre. The other storyline tonight is Beltre has doubled, tripled, and homered, driving in a run each time that he has swung the bat tonight and hit the ball in fair territory. So a single shy of the cycle for Adrian. Batting average at .314 for Beltre. And he has it, a base hit to right field. Adrian Beltre with the cycle for the Rangers.
Fans knew that. Look at them all. They jumped up the minute that ball went into right field.
Beltre was not going to leave any suspense about the whole thing. First pitch he saw, he crashed through the hole on the right side, and a standing O for the Rangers third baseman, Adrian Beltre.
Hitting to the cycle is kind of a fun stat. Doesn't happen very often. The fans like it. Kind of a random thing, but you don't see it very much.
Second time that Beltre has hit for the cycle in his career.
Well, you figure how random it is. What'd you say, that was his first triple of the year?
Yeah, first triple this year. Yeah.
First triple of this year is the one game that he had the opportunity to hit for the cycle.
His last cycle, the one previous, was here in 2008 when he was with the Mariners.
Wow.
As a visiting player. Cruz fouls it out to the right and out of play. And oddly enough, baseball has a lot of oddities to it. 3 of those hits came off Matt Harrison.
That is odd.
And who will ever forget Benji Molina's cycle? That was the last one before Adrian.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Yeah. And then Ian Kinsler, of course, had that 5-hit cycle here. Was it 5 or 6? In this park. There was a strike to the outside corner. Benji Molina getting the triple in the last leg of his cycle. And
that's the best triple I ever saw.
Could have timed it with a sundial. That's all right. He got it done. Cruz, a fly ball to left, hit pretty well, but it probably is going to stay in the ballpark as Doman back just shy of the warning track to make the grab. That's out number 2. Beltre back to first base. We go back to the cycle that Adrian had September the 1st of 2008. The home run off Matt Harrison.
Check the crowd out.
There's
about 18,000 there.
Double into the corner. Here's the triple out there to the 407 sign. Look at him pick him up and lay him down. So Beltre first, 2 outs. David Murphy also having a great night, 2 for 3. Pulls that on the ground and Morneau going to second. And there were already 2 outs.
2 outs, weren't there?
Yeah.
They don't even know it.
They completely forgot there were 2 outs.
The Twins, not one player knows how many outs there are.
The umpires don't know how many. They're trying to tell them that's it. Well, that'll do it.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
I don't think I ever have either. The entire team was...
Make that play for the third out to second base?
Yeah. Sound asleep. Well, Rangers gone in the 7th. They strand a runner. We'll go to the 8th inning. Rangers 7, Twins nothing on TXA 21. The Rangers on top, 7-0. Matt Harrison back to the hill, working here in the 8th inning. And Pedro Florimon, the leadoff man, and saw Adrian Beltre getting the accolades between innings of the folks here at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington for his cycle tonight. Off speed, and Florimon takes it low and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Matt Harrison up over the 100 pitch mark. He's at 107 now.
Robbie Ross is loosening in the bullpen.
And that's high and outside. 3 balls and a strike to Florimon. Florimon 0 for 2 tonight. A fly ball to center and a ground ball to third. Hard hit ball, but right at Mitch Moreland, who is playing off the line. Takes it to the bag himself, and that's out number 1. Here's the Honda flashback moment. And the cycle as it unfolded tonight. The triple in the first, the double in the 2nd inning, the home run in the 5th, and the first pitch single in the 7th. Adrian Beltre, the latest Ranger to hit for the cycle. Check out the really big sales event now at your Honda dealer. Ben Revere to the plate, 0 for 3. Ball 1 is a bit low from Harrison. Rivera has grounded out twice and been on via a throwing error from Matt Harrison, who finds the outside corner to even the count at 1-1. Matt, 111 pitches tonight, 68 strikes. And that one's a little bit high. It's 2 balls and 1 strike. Off the fist up the middle, Elvis kind of casually flips it on over there, and it's right on the money. Revere retired. That's out number 2. Now here's the Toyota Trucks on the road American League scoreboard. And Baltimore beating Toronto tonight. It was the Yankees 3-1 over Cleveland. They're in the bottom of the 9th. Angels leading Detroit, who have cut it to within 1 now, 2-1 Angels. Boston by 1 over Kansas City in the 9th inning. Top of the 9th, Oakland leading Tampa Bay 5-4. Chicago at the bottom of the 7th, threatening to Seattle single for the first time in 9 games. Save huge on the new 2012 Tundra at your local Toyota dealer. Darren Mastroianni takes a pitch just low. It's 2 balls, no strikes. Mastroianni tonight has walked, struck out, and fly to center field. There's a strike from Matt. Left-hander back to the plate. And Mastroianni fires it out of play to the right side. 2-2. Matt Harrison's high pitch total this year in one game, 121. That was against Oakland. 8-inning effort back on the last day of June. Call strike 3. Mastroianni frozen at home plate. And Harrison gets his 5th strikeout of the night. A 1-2-3 8th inning. Rangers come to bat in the bottom of the 8th, leading 7-0 on TXA 21. Bring the energy. A lot of damage done early by the Rangers. First 3 innings and look up and down the lineup. Cruz is the only one that hasn't either had a hit or scored a run. Other than that, everybody's been on base, been driving in runs, scoring runs, and of course Adrian Beltre and Matt Harrison, the 2 principals sitting there side by side. Beltre with the cycle and Matt Harrison with 6 2/3 no-hit innings to start things off tonight.
How about Matt Harrison? Last 2 outings, 8 innings and 2 hits in both of them. 16 innings, 4 hits and 2 runs.
Well, you're looking for consistency, right?
That's pretty good. Keep doing that.
Yeah.
You're going to have a pretty good year.
Marlin, a hard hit ground ball, but out to the second baseman Casilla, who drops to a knee. And Mitch is retired. He is now 2 for 4, 1 away here in the 8th inning. And Luis Martinez coming up. Yeah, if you want consistency, that's the kind you want, too.
Yeah.
Just not giving the opposition anything. Martinez, 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch and scored back in the 2nd inning. Since then, he has flied out and popped out. And Robbie Ross continuing to throw in the bullpen. It probably means the end of the night for Matt Harrison. Slow chopper to third. Charging is Carroll. Throwing on the run, and Martinez retired. There are 2 gone. Craig Gentry coming up. The Rangers looking to get 23 games over 500 now. The 22 that they started tonight with, the highest they have had all year, and trying to run their win streak to 3 straight ball games. Ron Washington looking for career win number 501 for him, but he'll tell you the big thing is the Rangers will have at least a 6-game lead when they come into play tomorrow afternoon. It's a final in Detroit now. The Angels have defeated the Tigers 2-1. Line drive to right center by Gentry. It's in there for a hit, and Craig has his second knock of the night. And just in case Matt Harrison is indeed finished for tonight, 2 hits in 8 shutout innings with 2 walks and 5 strikeouts. Good job by the left-hander. Never thought he wasn't in charge tonight, especially after the Rangers put some early runs on the board. Once he got that lead, it was pretty much pounding the Twins with what he had, and they couldn't do much with it. Kinsler takes a strike. Ian 1 for 3 officially tonight with a 2-run single and a run scored. Don't forget it's an afternoon game tomorrow. 3:05 start. It'll be Ryan Dempster and Brian Dunsink. Ground ball up the middle. Base hit to center. Gentry to second. He's going to stop there as Rivera gets to the ball in a hurry. And Kinsler with his second hit of the night. Rangers now with 14 hits overall this evening in 8 innings. Put up 10 last night, 14 tonight. And that offense starting to get things rolling. Kinsler is 2 for 4. Now it's Elvis Andrus coming up. He is 1 for 3.
The Rangers went through that stretch when they weren't hitting up to their potential, where it seemed like the whole team had slumped at the same time. And now it's almost a case of the whole team's getting hot at the same time. Not much in between.
Ball 1 to Elvis. Now, this just about the same time last year, maybe a week earlier, but the Rangers kind of caught fire and just kind of steamrolled their way through September. 1-0 pitch. That's top foul at home plate. And the year before in 2010, it was even later than that. So each year it's gotten, assuming this is the start of the consistent offensive output, a little bit earlier. That's a final now. The Angels 2-1. Oakland now has finalized their win over Tampa Bay, and the White Sox still leading 7-2 as they play in the 8th inning, leading Seattle. 2-1 the count. It's got a note about Adrian Beltre's last 3 ball games. 10 for 14, which is a Ruthian 714 average. 5 home runs, 2 doubles, a triple, 9 RBI. Other than that, he's been kind of quiet. That's up the middle, headed to center field, a base hit. Gentry around third will score, and Elvis with the RBI single makes it an 8-0 Ranger lead. And all this happening with 2 outs. Rangers getting 3 consecutive 2-out singles to plate a run, and Josh Hamilton will get another at bat here in the 8th inning.
Walker, a pretty good sinker ball pitcher, and he's getting some ground balls here. Both he and Elvis hit the ball almost in the exact same spot. Ground balls up the middle. As a sinker ball pitcher, you're not going to be a strikeout pitcher. You're just going to have to depend that the hitters are going to hit ground balls and the fielders will be able to get to them. But you're going to give up a lot of ground ball hits. Remember, even when Kevin Brown was at his best, he would still give up a lot of hits, and most of them were ground balls that just found their way through the infield. It'd be frustrating at times, but it's kind of the way it was.
Yeah, especially at the old ballpark when that infield got hot during the hot months. I mean, got hard during the hot months.
Yeah.
He was kind of at the mercy of the weather, the way he pitched. Well, Rick Anderson has had his say to Kyle Waldrop. And Josh Hamilton up there goes after the first pitch, and hits a ground ball to Morneau.
Throw it to second.
And that is the 3rd out. But the Rangers played another run. They get 3 consecutive 2-out hits. Strand 2. We're going to the 9th. Rangers behind Matt Harrison, leading 8-0 over the Twins on TXA 21. Houston is the perfect place to host your next event. The home of the Texas Rangers is available year-round and may be customized to create the perfect setting for your group, whether it's large or small. Go to TexasRangers.com, special events for details. Well, Matt Harrison's night has come to an end. He finishes with 8 shutout innings, and Robbie Ross will take over with the Rangers leading 8-0 over the Twins. And the first pitch by Ross to Joe Mauer to start the 9th inning is a strike. Mauer 0 for 3 against Harrison. A couple of fly balls to left and a strikeout. See the numbers on Robbie Ross this year. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mauer. And that pitch inside. It's 2-1. Robbie showed signs his last time out of making a couple of corrections as far as his delivery was concerned. Fouled out of play down the left side. Especially the left-handers. He'd been having a problem getting that pitch to on the inside corner to really get the strike zone, and it was better last time out. And it looks like he's picking up right where he left off. The 2-2 in the air to left field, hit pretty well. Murphy going back, but he has a play in front of the track. That is out number 1. Second player in Major League history to hit a cycle 4 and against the same team. How about Joe Cronin, former president of the American League? 1929 is the last time it happened. Remember that game, Tom? I do.
1929.
Yeah.
What he did it 1929 and 1940, 11 years apart.
That might be the most remarkable part of that whole thing. 1929 and 1940 for Joe Cronin. Now back to the screen by Morneau, and the count is no balls and 2 strikes. Morneau, a ground ball, a fly ball, and a strikeout. And back to the screen again. Robbie Ross last worked 3 days ago against Baltimore. Had a perfect inning of relief with a couple of strikeouts against the O's. Got him swinging here.
Yeah, that cutter, 93 miles an hour. That's a lot of movement on a cutter for 93 miles an hour.
That sure is. That's what Morneau's saying to himself, or something along those lines. Boy, that thing,
I don't think I've ever seen a pitch like that.
That is nasty.
It looks like a slider, I guess, but you'd expect it to be maybe 86 miles an hour.
Ryan Domit taking one the other way for just the 3rd Twins hit of the night. First off of Robbie Ross slapping that single through the hole on the right side. So Domit aboard with 2 outs. Now Trevor Plouffe will have another at bat. Yeah, I would think as a hitter it would be tougher to pick up because it doesn't have slider spin on it.
But yeah, the other part of it is it's going so fast at 93 miles an hour. I don't know, you haven't got any chance of hitting that pitch. If you swing at it, you certainly don't. And when you go to decide whether you're going to swing or not, you don't have much time. And if it's going that fast, I don't know how you can predict it's going to break that much.
Plouffe 1 for 3 tonight. He had the first hit of the evening off of Matt Harrison. He gets fisted here. A little looper that Elvis comes in, drops, throws, and gets him anyway. Gets an assist instead of a putout, and that will do it as the Rangers close out the Twins, who get a hit but strand a runner in the ninth. The final tonight, a combined shutout for the Rangers. It was Texas 8 at Minnesota 0. Rangers with 15 hits tonight. Adrian Beltre with the 2nd cycle of his career, and the first one for a Ranger since Benji Molina a couple of years ago in Boston. So the Twins shut out on 3 hits by the duo of Matt Harrison and Robbie Ross. Matt Harrison establishing a new career high for himself with his 15th win of the year. And that ERA, which was 9th best in the American League coming in, is dropping like a rock. It's got to be down close to 3 after this ball game finishes.
And Matt has only given up 4 hits in his last 2 starts. Both starts tonight and at Toronto were starts where he went 8 innings and gave up 2 hits. I'm sure Matt would say it was a little bit easier once the Rangers scored 5 in the second inning and gave him a 60-0 lead. But for the second straight time, he was a complete man. I love how quickly he works, gets the ball and throws it, mixed up his pitches, and won his 15th ball game.
So the Rangers win 8-0. They are now 23 games over 500 for the first time this year. And we'll come back and wrap up things with a nice tidy bow right after this on TXA 21.